Yo, what's up, buddy? My name is Joel. This is Legal as Cabbages, where you guessed it, we want cabbages. Legal. Today I'm going to discuss how to set up a microgrow, the 5 main things you need to set up a microgrow: your footprint, medium, air exchange, light, and nutrients. Let's get right into it. These are the 5 main things you need to set up a microgrow. In my opinion, 3 is most important: air exchange, but we'll get right to that. Let's get right into it. First and foremost, your first thing is your footprint. This is your play space. This is how much space you have to grow in. This is your length times width times height. It doesn't matter what kind of space you use. Most important thing is you have to have some kind of space. It doesn't have to be big. This is how I started out. This is really small. After footprint, your next step would be your medium right here. It's either be soil or soilless. If you go soilless, that's deep water culture. Basically, you're either going to grow inside soil or soilless, which would be deep water culture or some kind of a different medium like coco core. That doesn't really matter to me personally. It just depends on what you decide to do it. Me personally, if you're a beginner, I recommend starting off with soil. It's more of a forgiving. And soilless for deep water culture, it takes more time, more kind of finesse. Once you get past the medium, the most important thing in my opinion is air exchange. With air exchange, this is the most important thing because this controls your intake fans. This helps you control the temperature and humidity. Your exhaust fan, and this is your focal point if you have issues with smell. So air exchange is really important because with air exchange you are controlling your intake fan, which is for the temperature and humidity, the exhaust, which is your focus point for the smells. After air exchange, the next thing is light. This should be based on your footprint and expectation. Since the light is associated with your growth and your power, you want to have a strong enough light to help your buds grow big and dense, but you don't want it too big for your space that it might scorch your buds. So you have to kind of play by ear. If you have a small space, this light average was too much. It's about 100 watts, I believe. And honestly, that's the max I would hit. I couldn't put the light any higher because when I'm exhausting it to the top, I needed that space on the top for the filter. At least that'd be your nutrients, your NPK. When it comes to nutrients, you can either go liquid nutrients, which is salt-based nutrients, or organic. Me personally, I would recommend organic all the way below soil, but it's up to you. These are the 5 things you need to set up a microgrow. When it comes to setting up a microgrow, the most important thing is to be efficient with your space. You have to know what your limitations are. Me personally, in this little space, I was able to grow, I believe, about an ounce, ounce and a half. So you have to know your limitations. You can actually add a filter. You don't need a lot of space. This helps me control the kind of smell in the area. If you're trying to set up a microgrow, I highly recommend following these 5 steps. These are the 5 essential things you need to set up a microgrow. You need a footprint, your layout, your play space, your length times width times height. You need a medium, something to grow in. You need your air exchange, which is your intake fan, your exhaust, and your air exchange, your fans inside the tent or your enclosed space. You need light, that's your power source, that's going to control your growth. Always set your light based on your expectation and you're also on the space you have. If you're planning on moving to a bigger space, it's always better to risk one harvest to have a better light for that next bigger space. But if you're staying in a small space, always know your limitations. Nutrients, as far as nutrients, I usually always recommend going organic. It's always best to go organic. You can always go through salt-based nutrients, and if you want to go through aquaponics, you can always go down that rabbit hole as well. There's a lot of books out there. If you guys want me to make a video about that, let me know. Always, like, comment, subscribe. Any feedback's always appreciated. See you later, guys. Any comment ideas or any ideas on future videos, please let me know down below.